So today was a wonderful trade with the evaluation for a 150k account. After reaching 2 funded accounts, I'm now going to add a bigger account to it to see how the experience there is. Yeah, so price action is lovely. So much volatility, and my model really works here. So what do we have? So ES, we reached the highs. We tagged them once, twice, and then we have this cluster here. And for NQ, we also tagged these highs, but these highs were not tagged yet because they were lower and not relevant for ES anymore. But I was actually looking at this level. So I'm going to zoom in to the 5 minutes. And what I noticed is that, so these highs were taken, and I noticed an SMT over here. So there was a higher high on NQ, and I'll zoom in immediately, and there was a lower high, slightly lower high for ES. And the reason why I was looking at this setup is that normally you have a proper reversal after you get either an SMT or a key high. So that was here, and now here as well. So I zoomed into the 1 minute because the 5 minute doesn't really give a clear, well, it gives a clear change in the state, but because the volatility, I don't want to wait for 5 minutes because that just takes too long. So I went to the 1 minute and I noticed a change in the state here on the 1 minute. Here's the one on the, let me just, here on ES. So here we have the change in the state for NQ, and for me that was a clear setup. So we had actually no IFVGs. Normally I would love to see confluence with an IFVG, but it didn't present. And I think on the 30 seconds there was. So I do what I normally do. I draw my fibs, which are here. And I also do that for ES to track which is actually front running the other or not. And what I would love to see, so we have a small breaker here, which for me then is relevant. So this is the bearish breaker. So then what I would like to see is a change in the state on the 1 minute, and I would like to see the breaker hold. So the moment we got a close here, I think maybe on this candle, yeah, we got this drop, and I just market short. I market short, and what I've noticed in the price action of actually this week in the PM session, is that you get these really strong moves. So you get a drop, then a violent move up, then a drop again, then this. So this is really like, wow. This is PA. There's like 2-3 R trades in every move down, so I don't want to go to counter trend because generally my expectation is if this trade plays out, you at least go to the 618. But how this price action was developing, like these really aggressive green candles, then normally you would at least target this TP. And even further as well. And as you can see, it just played out wonderfully. So I market short here, then you get the initial drop, and my TP was over here. So it's always really annoying, and that's a lesson for myself, that even though this is the most logical level to take profit, if you miss it just on a few points, that's just a pain. So I'm going to just take a few points earlier, because what you generally see, what my experience is, there, if the setup plays out, you have plenty of time to short here, and you actually get a retest. And that, I think, is the retest. Normally you can short it on the 1 minute, but you can also short it on the 5 minute again. So let's see if that's actually the case. Good God, where am I? This is a mess. Normally on the 5 minute you can then also short, see? So this is interesting, right? So you get this 5 minute close below. It drops to this level, and then the next 5 minute candle offers another retest in that level. So that's something I try to imprint in my mind, that even though I tend to be quick on the gun to take a position, the lesson for myself is don't scale in fully, because there is plenty of time to get the best entry, because I think I entered here somewhere. Then I had to wait patiently while price was going back even above my entry, to trust the setup, to know that I got my target here. I think I scaled out, I don't know how much I scaled out, but here I re-entered again. So I think I re-entered on the move back, because then I use my golden fib, because oftentimes it just applies the golden fib. So I think I entered here again. It went a bit against my favor, but because I had an entry higher here, in the end it played out. So this is just wonderful PA, and it just really aligns with my setup. So I'm going to just quickly go back to the 30 seconds and see if there was a... Yeah, so something that I've noticed, that if you have volume imbalances like this one, it tends to get a retest, especially when it's aligning with an FEG. So this is not something I trade, but I'm also not looking for it, so to speak. Here you would have your first change in the state on the 30 seconds, drop below into this breaker, and then retest the FEG. So what you want to see is to have the FEGs hold, right? Here's, there's actually not an FEG. Creating things that are not there. So here what you see is that it does the same thing with the volume imbalance. It's so difficult to drag this, but you get your drift. There's a volume imbalance here, and it holds. Also, of course, it's supported by this breaker block, but this is just really good PA, really strong PA. Of course, the SMT as a driver, and I think it was just moving in alignment. In the end, ES did not tag full target, but once I scaled out my last two contracts over here. But once I saw this bounce, I thought, okay, I have to get out of the trade. This was absolutely done, wonderful trade. Let's see if I can just add the executions. It was the last day. That's already the new day. Can I then just show it? I don't know. But okay, then you have to just trust me. So I think there were two trades. I was quick to go here, so I think I had my stop here, up to here. And part of the position I held all the way down. Wow, that's a 4 hour, that's really good. And the other one was a entry, not the best entry, I must admit. Here with a stop here, and then trading it here and a bit all the way down. So really good trade, really happy. And because it was on my 150,000, I think this banked me 11,000 something was the first trade. That's actually something you can see. So that was yesterday's trade. Happy with that.